Hey guys, Mecha-san here, reacting to a video that will make me feel old. And make a lot of people in my audience also feel old as well. Oh boy, because it's the Miss Mojo's top 20 things from the 90s that don't exist anymore. The 90s was a time where you saw a lot of trends came and went, stuff like that, and there were several toys and promotional stuff, or like they tried new things that just, why? Of course, biggest thing people like myself and many others here who were big into computers back then, remember the 90s, is the horrid dial-up tone. Oh god. To this day, it's still being used in some shows and such here. Like, the most recent example is The Amazing Digital Circus. Like, when Kane goes out to explain to Pod all the things you can do in, like, the grounds, and he goes to, like, dial-up tone. Ooh, that was weird.
Dude, I wouldn't clean my floor with this.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 things
pagers
from the 90s that don't exist anymore.
Wherever I go, I stay connected with
AOL.
It's really easy to stay in touch.
For this list, we're looking at staples from the decade
Hollywood
that either
video.
no longer exist
Hollywood video,
or
though,
are
never.
significantly rarer than they used to be. If there's a nostalgic 90s relic we forgot,
That looks familiar.
Find us in the comments.
Solitaire.
Number 20, dial-up modems.
Oh, yeah, starting up strong there with that one. Internet. Oh, God. Yes. Sex free?
Internet
Did they just say sex free? Oh, my God. Cyberspace sex free? Yeah, right.
access has come a long way in the decade since the 90s.
Yes.
These days, wireless internet, broadband, and LAN cables provide fast and easily accessible internet for billions. But back in the day, the internet could only be accessed through phone lines.
Yep.
Dial-up modems took up an entire phone line at home. While a few remote or rural areas are still using dial-up modems today, the rest of us will never have to hear that awful dial-up screeching again.
If you live in an area where they still have to have to suffer through that here, it's like, I am so sorry. I'm so very sorry for that. But yeah, like back then, it was either internet or phone calls.
Except in our nightmares and in nostalgic internet videos like this one. Number 19, Butterfinger BBs.
Oh, wow!
Discontinued candy products from the 90s.
Yeah, what happened?
One of the most beloved are Butterfinger BBs. These bite-sized balls of...
Yeah, damn, I forgot about... I don't really eat Butterfingers that much. I mean, it was only I only ate sometime here because, my God, those things, they would get stuck in your teeth in weird ways, which just... It just feels uncomfortable. I've always gone for like a Snickers bar. But Butterfinger BBs, I think I've tried those once or twice.
Of Butterfingers were easy to pop in your mouth and still maintained the full-sized candy bar's unique texture and peanut buttery flavor.
And of course,
they were advertised
The Simpsons.
by Bart Simpson.
Yeah, nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Yeah, I still remember those commercials here, like the one where Bart was in a baseball game, and well, Homer was gonna eat his Butterfinger, and then I forgot the guy who drives the bus here goes, hit a Homer, dude! It's a Homer, right? Because he hits the ball with bat, the ball lands on a Homer, and yeah, it was funny.
Ardo says, "Eat my shorts."
Unfortunately, despite the campaign slogan warning that nobody better lay a finger on our Butterfinger, the BBs were discontinued in 2006.
Really?
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Although
Really? Why?
no official explanation has been released, some have theorized that the BB's chocolate coating, which melted easily, may have been responsible. While a similar, smaller Butterfinger version was released, called Butterfinger Bites, they never attained the same popularity. Ay caramba.
See you later, homeboy.
Yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. I mean, Why not just put them in a different kind of bag? I mean, with how technology has advanced and the food industry, couldn't you have made a way to resolve that problem and bring back Butterfinger BBs? I don't know, just maybe take a page from M&M's and just do the with the M&M minis and just put them in a capsule. I don't know.
Number 18, Encarta Encyclopedia.
You are a learner.
Encarta Encyclopedia.
New Encarta World Atlas.
Oh,
During
it's
the
one of
90s,
those.
the internet was not the trusted source of information it is. Well, can be today. Online encyclopedias were still in their infancy. Before the rise of Wikipedia, there was
Oh wow, I think I did have
another
that.
computer-based encyclopedia
Windows
called
95.
Encarta, launched in
Damn.
1993 and originally packaged in DVD form. This annually updated program contained thousands of informative articles on a wide variety of topics.
I remember those
Not
days
only did
where
Encarta include text,
Best
there were
Buy
also
and
videos, pictures,
even
and
like
trivia
video
games.
game stores and such had some. Nelson Mandela,
Feature guest essays, historical documents.
Amelia
magazine
Hartman,
and
okay,
newspaper
Titanic,
photos from
yeah.
the people who were there.
However, naturally, the rise of online encyclopedias ultimately led to Encarta's downfall.
Just
and
looking at that
Microsoft
old
ceased
computer,
its
it's like,
publishing
wow.
In 2009. Number 17, mini disc players. During the 90s,
Mini
audio
discs.
formats were still very much a competition. One often forgotten contender is
Yeah,
the mini
this
disc.
I don't
Published
remember at
by
all.
Sony, these miniature discs were envisioned as
Dell?
the next big thing to replace cassette tapes.
I mean, there was.
However, despite proving popular
I have
in
no
Sony's
idea.
native Japan, MD
Oh,
players
really?
couldn't find success at a global scale. Record labels didn't take to the format quickly, leaving
I
few
don't
albums
recall this at
available
all.
initially. Plus, blank MDs were twice as expensive as blank CDs. By the time
Eesh,
MP3
yeah.
players became available, mini discs were on their way out.
Yeah, it looks like a floppy disk. By that point in time, yeah, it was CDs all the way. CDs and DVDs. I had a CD player in one of those damn. Oh wow, those stupid pouches. You know, you had like it looked like, I can't even say the word. Like those little waist packs here, where you have the CD player pocketed there with extra CDs to switch out. Wow.
Although niche markets kept them in circulation until 2013.
2000. Whoa. What? These were in circulation over that long? 2013? Bullshit. How?
The future of tape.
Number 16, Zema.
Zema.
The 90s saw a trend of clear drinks, and alcoholic beverages were
Yeah.
no exception. Coors got in on the trend and created Zema in 1994, a clear malt beverage intended as an alternative to beer.
What if there wasn't any beer?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Beer? Zema.
Zima's good.
While the beer found more success,
I
among
honestly
young women,
have
Coors
never
did their best
heard
to
of
market it towards a
Zema
male consumer
until that
base.
episode of
In the
Archer.
End, most didn't especially enjoy the taste.
I
and
was not a
products began
drinker. I'm
disappearing
not a
from
drinker,
shelves.
period. I don't
At least in the
drink
West.
alcohol.
Coors discontinued Zema in North America in 2008, but the beverage remained popular in Japan until
Really?
2021.
Wow. What do you
I don't get it.
Number
I know.
15, Pogs.
Pause. Okay, yeah.
Handheld games come and go. During the early 90s,
Yeah, Pogs.
the biggest one was easily Milk Caps or Pogs.
Never played those. I think I got interested in, because there were promotional stuff here with series and such, so that got to interest me. But playing the Pog is sort of like, to quote Nikki from Camp,
Why did people play this again?
I never really saw the point. What was fun about that?
Pogs. They're milk caps. They're pogs. It's a game. You stack them, and then you rack them.
Players would stack cardboard discs with pictures printed on them. Anything from cartoons to sports logos.
Yeah,
Then
what was it
another
fun?
larger disc called a slammer was used to
slam-
knock down as many Pogs as possible.
I think I remember
Because
seeing
each
those.
player would often keep the Pogs won this way. It was viewed by many schools as a form of gambling, leading to widespread bans.
School back then were so stupid.
When kids can't play something at school, it tends to kill the popularity pretty quickly.
Yeah.
While they're technically still around, and there are variants on the game worldwide, Pog's
Yeah,
popularity
they're still
is
around.
far from what it used to be. Number 14, CRT computer monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Before and during the 90s, most screens were created using CRT, or cathode ray tube technology. Naturally, computer screens were no exception.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I remember those. We all had those.
Many of us first
like in the 90s and 2000s, early 2000s, we've had that, but...
the rise of LCD,
LCD,
OLED, and plasma monitors, which are cheaper and generally have larger screens than CRT monitors. Some people,
and flatter too. They don't weigh as much.
Still prefer CRTs.
Also, I hope they bring this up here, but solitaire. How many computers actually have solitaire anymore? Like, how many of them can package in? Because I remember I was, just for the hell of it, oh, I'll be damned, I still do have solitaire. Huh. Do I ask everyone else? Does your computer still have solitaire? Or are you surprised it still has solitaire? Did you even know it had? Cause yeah, I remembered playing solitaire a lot of times here, just past time. I knew people who did that as well, but
because they don't have as much input lag and can display images in multiple resolutions more easily. In general, though, these guys have been mostly phased out.
Yeah.
Number 13, gaming magazines.
Oh.
Video games were still considered a
now this one
niche
hurts.
in the 90s, so they weren't mainstream enough to be covered extensively on TV or
Angry
the
video
still
game nerd.
newfangled internet.
It was all about running out
Yeah.
to the mailbox to find that new issue of that video game magazine.
I had the subscription to Game Informer. I got a new magazine every month. I saved those things here because I'm a collector. I do not like to just throw away stuff at all. It's like just going back, reading those things. It's like it's like looking to the old days here of what was exciting at the time. It's nostalgia. It's nostalgia. No doubt about that. And it's not that bad. Why is it bad? I mean, it's not like I spend money recently. I mean, those are old things I have lying around still, and I just like looking back at them.
Enter gaming
Sometimes.
magazines.
Nintendo
If
64?
You were a 90s gamer.
Damn,
chances
yes.
are you were subscribed to one or more gaming magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Electronic Gaming Monthly, Nintendo Power, Computer Gaming World, Tips and Tricks. These publications gave gamers detailed articles on upcoming games, walkthroughs, cheat codes, and reviews.
Yep. I remember when I talked to people who knew a cheat code or knew the trick, stuff like that, like how to make the whole roll in Star Fox, like to get behind those counterpart guys, you know, Pigma Gengar and like the wolf guy, to get behind him and to beat him in 64. Like, and he always goes like, "What the heck?"
Plus, they had a surprising
times.
level of reader
Good
interaction
times.
from major publications. Tragically, most gaming magazines ceased publication as the rise of internet journalism made
Yeah.
the old monthly issue model obsolete. Why wait to read about it in a magazine when it's already online?
Yeah, they could have make their own website and everything, subscription paid, but even then, with piracy going about here,
Number 12.
floppy disks, yes,
Removable
those are
computer storage in the 90s
long
used to
gone.
take the form of small 3.5-inch floppy disks. Although the name is a bit misleading for those disks, which, unlike the disks of the 80s, weren't floppy at all. When you needed to save or move information between computers, floppy disks were everyone's go-to. You just popped them into the fabled A drive
Yeah.
and off you went. They were so
I still
widely
remember
used that
some
the save icon in
other
most programs
properties
is
that
still
mentioned
the
floppy disk
to this
here or
day.
use them
But
somehow,
as
like
technology progressed and storage
that episode
capacity
of Ghost in
and
the
usage
Shell
expanded beyond a few
standalone
hundred
complex
kilobytes,
where
floppy
a
disks
hacker
are
used
no
floppy
longer
disks.
in wide circulation. But if you're missing them, they're still sometimes used for emergency booting in older systems and in other industries like
Office
aeronautics.
space, yep, aeronautics, yeah.
Number 11.
Yeah, you think about it, yes, because they're out of print, they're no longer used. They're also much more secure. So it would kind of make sense for government officials to adopt these old forms of computer tech for security reasons. It's like, yeah, you need a specific floppy disk to activate the important security system here. There's no way you can hack into it or any of that. Why not?
Appointment TV. Once
Wait,
upon a time,
appointment
we
TV?
scheduled our lives around what was on TV.
Oh,
This
yeah.
was because if you didn't see a show or a sporting event when it aired, you didn't see it at all.
Yep.
Each time an episode aired, everyone was talking about it the next day. And sure, sometimes you could tape a show and watch it later, but
Yes. Saturday mornings. Watching the show that came on here, like Digimon. I remember that when we saw Agumon Digivolve into Greymon, going Diginova Blast. It's like, we have to talk about that. We have to talk about that. Oh. Oh. Yeah. And if you knew how to, like, set up your VCR to record on a VHS tape you have, you read the instructions. Good job. I'm proud of you.
sometimes working VCRs was more art than science.
Yes.
Appointment television
Yes.
was the norm.
Must-see
and so
TV.
networks did big ratings when a show hit it big.
All your favorites and all new must.
Hey, Frasier.
Of course, streaming platforms now make it easy to binge shows or watch them at your own pace.
Yeah, heck, I recently just rewatched all of Inside Job on Netflix again. The thing I liked about the Appointment TV is that you didn't have control either here. It's like, you can sometimes look at episode shows and stuff like that now and like, nah, I don't want to watch it. Like, but if I cut it on TV, like for example, if it's set to come if it comes on like before a show that I really want to watch, then I'll watch this just to wait for my other show to come on. That's actually how I was exposed to Gem and the Holograms on the Hub. Because at the time, Transformers Prime was premiering. It was airing episodes, stuff like that, and it came on after Gem and the Holograms. So, all right, watch this it's an old show. I can watch old shows. I've never seen Gem and the Holograms. I'll watch this. It's like just so I can wait until Transformers Prime. And instant fan of Gem and the Holograms right here. And I never even grew up with that. Didn't see that show at its prime or anything like that.
While some streaming series do release episodes weekly, and the concept is making something of a comeback,
it should. Like, release it weekly.
Appointment TV isn't mainstream again quite yet.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Yeah, this is the way. This is the way to your inevitable extinction. Seriously.
This is the way.
Number 10, Y2K Panic.
Doug, everyone here is waiting for the same thing, the stroke of midnight.
We all know that the human race and planet Earth are not going to be around forever. But with the new millennium on the horizon, many believed the year 2000 was going to initiate the collapse of society.
Now, the federal government is comparing Y2K
Inside Edition.
to a huge natural disaster, like an earthquake, a hurricane, or a tornado that disrupts people's lives for days.
Yeah, there was that episode of Family Guy. And recently, the whole movie
computer experts warned that because many
that movie that came out recently
represented years using only the last two digits, computers would mix up 1900 and 2000. This led some folks to buy up food and supplies to tide them through an imminent apocalypse. But as it turned out, the world stepped into the new millennium with minimal issues.
It hit midnight and nothing happened.
And all those issues, it's just yourself. It's not because of computers, because you guys were overly paranoid, like fear-mongering morons. Like all things in history.
It was like crickets in the newsroom.
While we have dealt with a few other end-of-the-world fears afterwards, like 2012, none quite reached the same level of paranoia.
The end of the world is coming.
Yeah, there we go. The
Radiation suits.
Peter, we are not missing a once-in-a-lifetime event because of some wacko doomsday theory.
Okay, Okay.
Number 9, the Windows 95 3D Maze. Screensavers aren't all that common anymore now that most of our devices have a function to conserve power. In the 90s,
I'm getting I'm getting flashbacks here. Yes.
The Windows 95 3D Maze.
I miss screensavers.
You're basically watching your computer play a video game as it automatically takes left turns until finding the smiley face, thus resetting and generating a whole new maze. There was something really mesmerizing about it between the artificial intelligence and guessing where the face might end up. Honestly,
I don't know,
why hasn't Microsoft made a full-fledged game out of this? Number 8.
Yeah, it was weird for back then here. It's like, you watch those, it's like, it's hypnotic. It was much like how Keyboard Kitty, almost like that before Keyboard Kitty, Keyboard Cat. It's like, those simple, like, just I don't know why, but it was captivating. It had somehow grasped our short attention spans at the time. But yeah, also screensavers need to make a comeback. I mean, can we have those back? I'm surprised. I really hate it when we can't have like custom screensavers anymore. We can't make custom screensavers yet here, where we can just have like a slideshow thing going on with all set up with all our images. Like, have a folder for screensavers and just have them filled with images. I'll just keep going back and forth. I think we used to do that, but now I've tried. I don't know how. I don't know how.
Catalog. If you weren't
I don't know. Maybe I'm just ignorant and it's online if I bother looking at it, but I'm too lazy to look at it.
Founded in 1993.
Oh, never heard of these guys.
The go-to catalog for teens who wanted to wear the latest clothes and fashion trends. Unfortunately, Delia's would be buried by competitors, in addition to being spun off and acquired on a few occasions as time went on. By the end of 2014, Delia's filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and liquidated all of its
here we go. Declare bankruptcy.
I declare
Bankruptcy. I never seen The Office, and I know that. Who doesn't know that?
This venture was a complete
yeah.
Now, you can only get their clothing through the Dolls Kill brand.
Dolls Kill brand?
Orbits. Yes, it's the magical BD beverage that is featured on many a Watch Mojo list in recent years. Is it a bug? Did someone mistake your beer for an empty and put their cigarette butt in there? With Orbits, there was no mistake. This obscure, non-carbonated drink was manufactured with a variety of flavors to quench your thirst and hunger. From raspberry citrus to vanilla orange, the beads and beverage made for a unique type of drink. Alas,
never heard of it. Anyone drank it before? I don't know.
Of its terrible commercial performance.
Really?
Given the presence of gellan gum and high sugar, one can hazard a guess at why folks weren't picking these up off the shelves, especially when seeing the edible orbs inside.
Whoa, what? Oh, God.
Number 6, the iMac G3.
You gotta see this thing in person, but I'll do the best I can with video.
Apple's Mac computers have come a
Oh,
long
wow,
way.
yeah.
Today, design is all about improving battery life, making everything as thin as possible.
Back when they tried to have more style, and back then that was pretty stylish.
But in the late 90s, a common Mac computer looked about as chunky as a CRT television set.
The faster, sleeker, quieter, redesigned, and even easier to use.
You could actually see the inside and everything.
iMac.
The teal-colored Macs with their translucent Bondi blue shells were especially a huge success for Apple.
Yeah.
Looking back, these desktop computers were also incredibly hefty and awkwardly shaped.
You can say that about their predecessors, but this was stylish back then. I wanted one. I wanted one, everything like that. It looked thinner, it looked easier to handle. It looked like it could fit in my little corner well back at the time.
That's because it wasn't just a monitor. This was the computer itself.
Heated leather seats.
And yeah, it was. Yeah, that's true. It was the computer itself. So we didn't have that big desktop right there anymore. We just had. It was a big thing where they have both the monitor and the screen at the same time, but now it's like we separated that again.
Just seeing pictures of these makes us glad schools are using laptops instead. Number 5, PB Crisps. Yeah, we gotta squeeze another food product in here, and this
I'm surprised
is
the only
another
one,
snack that's popped up on our list.
PB Chocolate
before.
Crisps?
PB Crisps was a special kind of sweet treat from Planters.
Vaguely recall
consisting of
this.
Peanut-shaped cookies filled with peanut butter inside.
Inside the center, so sweet. Peanut butter cream.
Oh, wow, I really remember this actually now.
And if you wanted an addition to peanut butter, you could buy bags of the cookies that were also filled with chocolate or strawberry.
Never had this. I would have definitely given a chocolate a try.
Sadly, these snacks were not around for long due to low demand and have become a relic of the mid-90s. To this day, there is still a group of dedicated fans clamoring for the product's return. Even
You know, I say that here like I'm surprised there is, but there's always going to be like dedicated fans who want this very obscure thing that the laymen don't remember or recall, or just or it's only like a vague wisp of scene in their heads. They want it back.
Been going as far as to make a website dedicated to the cause. Number 4. AIM, also known as AOL Instant Messenger.
Just fire up that machine and off you go.
AOL, yeah.
It's been a hot minute since we heard anything remotely relevant to AOL. While AOL currently exists and was acquired by Verizon.
That's still a shock to me. AOL still exists. What's next? Does Angel Fire exist as well? So, is it still around? Oh my god. I'm amazed I remember Angel Fire. You think I would have deleted that from my data tracks a long, long time ago, but no, it still persists in there.
Verizon in 2015, and
Pagers.
ceased operations in December 2017.
AOL's announcement said simply, goodbye.
In 2017? How the heck did they last that long? Goodbye,
You're shocked too. This service was introduced way back in 1997 and became the leading messaging service in North America for roughly a decade.
Wherever I go, I stay connected with everyone in my life. It's really easy to stay in touch.
But as tech giants like Google and Facebook started taking over, AIM lost all purpose.
I remain confused, empty.
Interesting use of clip.
Evolving into what is my purpose? I must know. Tell me.
The two companies had better services and better security. Slowly but surely, AIM would begin shutting down features one by one, starting in 2007.
Honestly, with a name like AIM, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to search for a Marvel reference, but they couldn't find one, so they went with that Justice League reference.
Before disappearing completely a decade later.
I've never used... I don't think I ever used AOL, let alone AIM.
End to the iconic service and a simpler time. We can only hope will BRB.
BRB, nah.
Number 3, Netscape Navigator.
She was 18 years old.
She doesn't even know what Netscape is.
These days, we have dozens of web browsers vying for our attention. From Google Chrome to Mozilla Firefox,
vaguely...
to Safari to DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo? Information, please, down below. What the hell is DuckDuckGo? Although, Netscape.
We remember way back when the internet was a baby that there was only one browser to use, Netscape Navigator. This browser was created in 1994 and for a short time went uncontested in the industry.
Well, what about all those other low-cost guys like...
Don't you want an ISP that's fast?
I think I recall this commercial, but really I always thought
what happened to cause such
Yahoo
decline?
was the...
Internet Explorer happened. Then Chrome, Firefox, Safari, all of them.
Yeah. I don't think I remember more Internet Explorer.
Netscape would receive its final update in 2007 before ceasing support and development the year after.
Everything has to change faster, obviously. You know, look at Netscape. It was born and died. I don't want to use the word died, they wouldn't like that word, but it basically was born and overtaken within...
and forgotten.
That's pretty fast.
Because I don't even...
The Discman. Like Walkmans in the 80s, Discmans became a crucial part of our lives.
Yep, that I remember. I think I still have my old Discman.
While jamming out to the newest albums.
CD player.
Besides radios, this was pretty much the way to listen to music. Of course, as we find new ways to store data, we also kill off part of a medium. Nowadays, we can just open Spotify on our phones and jam to anything we desire without having to eject a CD and...
It was... What eventually killed off the CD player, the small Discman there, was the MP3 player, like the first iPod. the first iPod came out, they were gonna have hundreds of thousands of music in our little pocket right here, if easily fit.
Holster something chunky on our waist. Still, there is something tactile to be missed here.
Your ears will tell you. It's not only what you play.
To be very, yes, I still like to have an actual disc of the
continue,
game, of the
be
music
sure
I'm
to
listening
subscribe
to.
our channel and ring the bell to
I
get
mean, I bought the
notified about our
Ruby
latest videos.
soundtrack
You
on
have
discs.
the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
A lot of these make you feel all right.
Number 1.
Video
rental stores.
Jesus, this place is back tonight, man.
Those who grew up in the 80s, 90s, or 2000s fondly look back on video rental
Oh,
stores.
yeah.
While the very first such stores opened in the late 70s, it was in the 90s that bigger brands like Hollywood Video and Blockbuster boomed in demand. For some families,
Blockbusters.
weekly trips to these stors would become a tradition as
Yep.
new movies made their way to the shelves and movie buffs sought out
Movies
hidden
or
gems.
video games here. I bought the Mega Man X2 copy rented there from Blockbuster all the time. And I even remember, because of another video I saw, the Power Rangers Zeo racing game that I also got from a Blockbuster store, rented out there. I still remember the anime section, one
This
small
industry would
area.
decline, however, as Netflix
Yeah,
and
it's
streaming
Netflix.
services became more and more prominent. Hollywood Video would go defunct in 2010, while Blockbuster enjoys a few thousand customers through its last and only store, located in Bend, Oregon.
When you,
Bend, Oregon?
next to each other.
I thought it was in Alaska.
Makes it easier, but with on Netflix.
I thought their last store was in Alaska. Was in Alaska there, not Oregon.
See the title, and that's all. But you have to scroll through it, and it takes a while to get through all of the movies.
Do you agree?
But yeah, there's just something of a something appealing of just standing up. Even today, I still like to when I go to Walmart or Best Buy, stuff like that. I don't know. I just like to walk around these aisles, just look at everything, look at the entire selection, stuff like that. Sometimes I see hidden gems that you can't find in Netflix, that I wouldn't find if I was in a Netflix or Amazon Prime Video, and that's all I have, actually.
You see the title, and that's all.
Damn, this is wow. Wow, I mean, first of all, they hit us hard with the dial-up modems, and then... Whew, yeah, now some of you forgot here, but makes me wonder why. The Butterfinger BBs? And the CR, yeah, the old computer monitors and such, disc players, game magazines. Good times, great times. Some not so well here. Some, and also, yeah, just appointment TV where, yeah. Waking up early here to watch Saturday morning cartoons. 4 different channels. I think one of the features that TV had. In fact, did they ever made a video about this? TV features that are no longer around, that don't exist anymore. Because one of them I still hold to this day was, well, look what I do right here. Picture in picture. This was a thing the old CRT TVs had, where you can literally have two channels at once here. Almost like Back to the Back to the Future Part 2 here. You can actually change the channel from the main channel of this picture-in-picture channel here, and then do a swap thing. So it was the closest thing we got to keeping up with 4 different channels at once for Saturday mornings. Oh God! And you could just sometimes switch the audio here, here the main picture, or the picture of the Pip here. Oh, but I remember watching Godzilla series like that here, and other Big Guy and Rusty. Because a lot of these things aired on WB, then Fox Kids, and then I don't know, was it Jetix? Oh my God, I gotta remember. I know there were 4 different channels, but damn, yeah, back then it's you couldn't keep track of it all here. You had to find ways, and I don't know, it kept me on my feet. I'm getting nostalgic just thinking about it. But yeah, guys, that was fun. So everyone, thank you for watching. How old do you feel? Do you remember the times when you had your own disc player, personal disc player there? Or some of these food items? Magazines? God. Good times. Comment all you all thought. Like for more videos. Till next one. This is Mecha-san. Logging out.